Well, hey there, maker friends. Yeah, you've probably heard by now, I'm doing a little something right here at the White Trash Hacienda in March. And for those of you that's seeing this video and don't know who I am and like, who is this hairy hillbilly talking to us? Well, everybody calls me Papa Chad. I live down here in LA. And that's not the California type of LA. No, sir, that's lower Alabama. Right here at the White Trash Hacienda. You're probably really wondering now, why is it called the White Trash Hacienda? Well, it's what I jokingly refer to as my home. And the reason is because I live real simple. I got a little old tiny podunk house I've had for fixing to be 22 years. It's real small. It's not fancy at all because I just don't do fancy. I mean, look at me. I'm just not a fancy sort. Very few people have even been out here to the White Trash Hacienda. But see, I've decided to do something this year. We're going to have a maker event right here at the White Trash Hacienda. That's right. I guess like a lot of people, I probably don't invite a lot of people to my house because, well, you know, I'm kind of conscious of what I got. It's not real fancy. And I think, unfortunately, a lot of us, myself included, we look at things a little different. We don't want to be embarrassed if somebody don't like what we got. But one thing I've learned by going to so many maker events, I've talked to so many of my good friends that are makers, is that, you know, there's a whole lot of you do a whole lot of amazing builds and some very big YouTube videos working with a whole lot less space than I've got. It's true. It's made me think, well, maybe I shouldn't be worried if somebody don't, think my place is fancy enough. Yeah, I shouldn't be. So I've decided we're going to do something here. And part of the reason we're going to do it in March is, well, a lot of us are used to going to an event in March anyway, up in the big ATL. It's normally the very beginning of March. Well, it's not happening. We still need an event for all of us to get together in the spring. Something to hold us over until we all head up there to the North Country, up there to the New York, and go up there to Maker Camp. So I decided, let's do it right here. Now, what are we going to do? Well, let's take a walk and let's find out. Now, what I want to do is I want to do a hands-on environment. I want to do two primary projects. That's right. I want to do one main project out of metal. I want to do one main project out of wood. I want those that don't work with metal all the time to just do it. Jump in, do the metal project. You know, a grinder can fix a lot of bad welds. Believe me, I use it a lot myself. For those that are not big on woodworking, well, I want you to jump in on the woodworking project. So what projects are we going to do? Well, I got a surprise for you. So what I want to do, two primary projects, one out of metal, one out of wood, like we said. The metal project, we're going to build a Santa Maria style grill. That's right, live fire grill. Got the old cranky janky on the side of it. Lower the grill down. Get over them coals right there. Oh yeah, that's a good style of grill. So we're going to make one. And my buddy Chris Verde, a Green Money Fab up there in New Jersey territory, well, you know, he makes a lot of smokers, and he designed one of these a while back, and he updated it a little bit, and he sent it to me, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to work off of Chris's design. Second thing we're going to do out of wood, well, I think we need to build a prep station for that Santa Maria grill. We're going to do that out of wood, someplace to get all your victuals ready, get your fixings right, and then cook. Yeah, it'll make us a nice wood project. I need somebody to run point on that one. I need somebody to get some ideas up. We got some wood slabs. I got a whole bunch of pine left over coming off this building. Maybe we could use some of that. If you got an idea, reach out to me. So that's our two primary projects. But here's a surprise. Somebody that is here gets to take that home. That's right. I'm going to give that away. I want us all to come together, work together, build these two items, and then somebody that can use it and can get it to their hacienda, well, we'll throw everybody's name in a pot. Pull us a winner. You take it home. No cost to you. You just take it home. Enjoy it. Cook on it. Share it with your friends. Sound like a plan? Sound like a pretty good idea to me. Now, some of the other things we're going to do, well, we're going to do whatever we want. Maybe we'll get some epoxy going. Maybe we'll get out the old Alaskan sawmill, cut some slabs. Shoot, maybe we'll even fire up CNC. Yeah, I've got one. I ain't ever took it out of the box. Got one of them 150s. Need to build a table for it. It's been here for over 3 months now. we'll get that thing going. We'll do a little something. Maybe if things work right, maybe we'll print some stuff. Yeah, we'll just do whatever we want. And I think that's the way to be. Now, what we will do Saturday night is we're going to have us a big pizza cook. We're going to fire up Bub. Now, if you don't follow me, then you haven't seen Bub. Bub is a great big old pizza oven I built out of a tank from a design of my buddy Chris Verde over at Green Money Fab. He did a smaller version of that at Maker Camp 2 years ago. I got Bub fired up the other week, got it warmed up, burned out, and it's ready to go. We are going to throw down on some pizzas. And then for Sunday, well, I've kind of got a little idea for vittles on Sunday, and we're still working on that. We will come up with something, believe me. Yeah, we got some pretty good ideas, so I think that'll be fun. So we're going to do the 2 primary projects. We're going to get together. We're going to socialize, hands-on. But what is the most important thing of this event? Well, I think it's like all of our maker events. It's the fellowship. That's what I really want. I want us all to be able to get together, talk to each other, fellowship with each other, and enjoy life. I think that's what most all of us enjoy when we go to a maker event. The get together, the in-person, reaction. Now, I know a few of you are probably going to be, well, too bashful. I'm an introvert. I don't know if I want to go to something like that. If you haven't ever been to a maker event, well, maybe this is the one you get to go to because it's going to be small. And don't worry about being an introvert. I've said this many times and on a couple podcasts. The maker events are where the majority of us that are introverts go and we pretend to be an extrovert for a couple days. Anybody can do it. Believe me, you come out here, I get the chance to meet you, you're going to talk, you're going to socialize. That's right. I'm going to bring it on out of you. I just seem to like to do that. Because a little secret, I'm an introvert myself. If I'm not on one of my job sites, got employees or somebody by me, I'm right here by myself 95% of the time. I'm not a big public person, no. But I can be when I need to be. And I need to be when I've got all of you here. And that's what I enjoy, is being around my maker friends. So I want you to come down here and pretend to be an extrovert. So where are we at? Well, technically, we are in Crawford, Alabama. So you can point your little old Google device, search out Crawford, Alabama, and that's where I'm at. I've actually got a Phoenix City, Alabama address, but those that are coming, I'll send you the actual address, even though I'm not hard to find. I'll get you the address. I've even went out there and made a website, papachad.com. We've got a page on there that says Sparks and Sawdust. Why does it say Sparks and Sawdust? Well, that's what we're calling the event. That's right, Sparks and Sawdust. That is the name of our maker event. Sparks because we're going to fire up the welders and probably a lot of grinders, and Sawdust because we're going to make sawdust. Makes sense to me. Yeah, Sparks and Sawdust 2026. So when you go to that page, that'll kind of have a little bit of what we're going to do on it. I've also got a link in there for those of you that want to look at an Airbnb. I even built the search bar centered right here in the area. You just click that little old button thingamajigger on there, and it'll take you to Airbnb, and the search will be centered right here. I know a couple of my buddies have already got their Airbnb secured, so if you want to come, you ought to get yours secured too. There's plenty of hotels around. You got hotels in Columbus, Georgia, the Fort Benning area, and you got hotels in Auburn, Alabama. Both are roughly the same distance. Auburn's just maybe a grunt more, but 20, 25 minutes, and you're at hotels, so you can look in those areas. I will tell you, I don't know what the schedule is at Fort Benning, but sometimes hotels get filled up with, graduation type events and whatnot going on at Fort Benning. Now, Auburn, that weekend, there is a home baseball game. Now, that's not as big a deal as the football and all that kind of stuff, but, you might want to go ahead and get you hotel secured. And you might want to get your Airbnb secured. Now, what I recommend is you do like a couple of my buddies, y'all go together, get you an Airbnb somewhere. Makes it simple. And for that, we have a group chat for the event on the old Instagram. Yeah, my friend Katrina, Adventures with Katrina, she set all that up. There is a link to that in my bio on the Instagram, and I think there may be a link to it on the website too. If not, I'll get off my backside and I'll get it on there. You can go into there. If you're flying in, well, you might want to reach out and maybe share a ride or something. If you want to try to get Airbnb together, you can reach out with other people on there and, do all your doings and figure out something. Now, as far as flying, Atlanta is your biggest airport. That's where all your main deals come into. Atlanta is about an hour and a half from the White Trash Hacienda. Now, it may take you 2 hours to get out of Atlanta Airport. Yeah, it can be struggles sometimes. Now, you can fly into Columbus, Georgia. If you do that, you will probably come from Atlanta into Columbus on the second leg of a trip. You can also fly into Montgomery. Montgomery is about an hour and 15 minutes from the Hacienda here. It'll be a whole lot quicker. They got rental cars and all that jazz too. You can get here quicker from Montgomery. Some flights are flying directly into Montgomery, so just check it out. Columbus or Montgomery, most of y'all will come into Atlanta, jump in a car and come down here. Probably about the easiest way. You do what you want to do. I think I've got that information on the website. Kind of tells you everything right there, papachad.com. Now, there is another deal on the website that I need you to do for me. There's a registration page or form on the Sparks and Sawdust page. Go on there. Fill it out. Hey, I'm whoever I am. This is my Instagram handle. This is my email. That way I know who's coming. Because just by case, not just by case, no, just by chance, we had a case of a whole lot of people wanting to come, which I doubt, but hey, you never know. I need to know who's coming. We got pizza dough to buy. Yeah. So do fill that out for me. Let me know if you're coming down here. Now, we got a little something else we're going to do probably Saturday. And Saturday evening, we're going to have an excavator competition. Yeah, I seen when we was at Maker Camp this last year, my buddy Mike up there had them little old tiny Chinesium machines, a little tiny mini skid and little tiny mini excavator. Well, I've decided I'm going to make sure that my mini excavator and my mini skid and maybe my big skid steer is here at the White Trash Hacienda that weekend. Got another buddy of mine that teaches basic operation courses at one of the local colleges. He's going to come out. If you've never been on a piece of equipment, well, hell, jump your ass on it. He's going to show you the basics of it. Check it out. It ain't going to hurt nothing. And then we're going to do a competition with the excavator. Yeah, we got a little something we're going to reach out there and grab, and we're going to swing around and put it down. And it's going to go around and get bigger and bigger and harder, and yeah, it's going to be a competition with a prize. Yeah, it's going to be kind of like some of them races where you got to race in round one to get to round two, blah, blah, blah. Well, we'll probably do something with a little $5 entry or something. Get everybody in round one, maybe top 20. Go to round two. If you didn't make it to round two, then maybe you can buy in with, say, $10 more to get into round two. You see where I'm going with this? The pot will grow. So on and so on, and we're going to finish up doing this event at night. Turn on the headlights. Everybody's depth perception's different at night. Believe me, I know. That's going to be the championship round. And you, whoever wins it, is going to take home the cash pot. Yeah, and maybe a little trophy too. And maybe a few prizes and stuff. I'm going to reach out to a few companies that I use and say, hey, you want to send me some stuff that we can give out to people when they're down here for Sparks and Sawdust 26. So if you want them companies, well, you reach out to me. Holler at me. Yeah. So that is the idea. Sparks and Sawdust 2026 right here at the White Trash Hacienda in good old L.A., Lower Alabama. I sure hope that you come, check it out. Now do remember, this is not going to be fancy at all. I don't live fancy. I don't have fancy. If you want to camp, you can bring your tent. You can pitch a tent down there by the equipment barn or whatever you want. Yeah, you can camp. And we're going to have some of them pretty blue castles out here for you to do your business in. And if you need to wash up, get yourself all prettied up that morning, well, there's a horse tank or two down there. You can go get yourself wet. Don't expect fancy. We will have a bonfire, though, so if you get cold, you can warm up. Which that reminds me, it's going to be spring. It still could be, inclement weather, may be cool. You never know. So watch the forecast when we get close and bring appropriate attire because we're going to be outside. We're going to be in this shop, but we're going to be down there on the slab under the pole barn. So be prepared, kind of like when we go up to Maker Camp. Be prepared. Bring your safety boots if you got them. Bring your safety glasses. You got to have some PPE. We need to be safe. Don't need nothing in your eyeball or you can't see no more. You see what I'm saying? You see me? You getting my drift right there. That's right. Got to be safe. So we will announce more stuff as we go, but I think we're almost, what are we, almost 60 days out? We're getting real close. Yeah. Sparks and Sawdust 2026, papachad.com. And also look for the Sparks and Sawdust group chat on the Instagram. We'll get links to all that. Let me know if you're coming. I look forward to seeing you right here at the White Trash Hacienda.